it's Chris Vespia, a professor here in psychology and human development at UW Green Bay, and welcome back to our latest episode of Psyched for Careers. We are really excited that this is our first episode with a guest. Awesome. And our guest is Kelly Berth, who is a psychology major at UWGB, and we get some real live student questions today. So we have proof that at least one person actually watches, which is very exciting for us. And we're really pleased to be able to answer some questions from a student perspective today. So Kelly, let me see if I can answer your questions.
All right, well, I just want to start by saying thank you. I'm really excited to be here. The first question that I had was, what is the difference between asking for a letter of recommendation and asking for a reference?
That's a great question. Okay, for graduate school, if you're applying to grad schools, what they're probably going to want is a letter of recommendation. And so you're going to be asking faculty members to actually write a letter for you and oftentimes fill out some rating forms and things like that. When it comes to applying for jobs, then they often want a list of references, people that they can call or contact. And most frequently what's going to end up happening then is the faculty member is going to get a phone call and they're going to be asked a series of scripted questions about you. And so there's no letter to write, it's a very different kind of thing. On the other hand, they're very similar in that you always want to ask first. So you don't want to put someone's name down as a reference or say that they'll write a letter of recommendation without actually asking and talking to the faculty member first. And it's also okay, by the way, when you ask, whether it's for a letter or whether it's for someone to serve as a job reference, do you feel like you would be able to be a strong reference for me or to provide me a good reference rather than just saying, would you be willing? Because folks may be willing, but you want the strongest references that you can possibly get. I think that's the other key difference is who might be a good reference for a letter of recommendation versus a job reference. The letters of recommendation for graduate school, these are places you're going to be going and you're going to be a student. And so they're going to want to know things like your critical thinking skills, your writing skills. They will probably also be asking about things like leadership and verbal communication, things like that. But for a job reference, I often get asked things like, depending on the job, how skillful is this person working with children? Well, I don't know in most cases based on the classes that I teach. Or how good is this student at providing empathy to people in distress? Usually not something we're doing in class. And again, it's not to say that I can't serve as a job reference, but you want to think about the kinds of things the person is likely to be asked when you're deciding who's going to be the best reference for you. What other questions do you have?
All right, so going off of that, I guess I'm wondering, what would be an ideal number of references to have prepared if I'm going to apply for a job?
It's a great question as well. Some jobs will tell you we want this many references. I would say rule of thumb 3 to 4, and that's going to be true for graduate school and for applying for jobs. The thing is that what I would certainly recommend is that if you're told a specific number, so if a job says we want 3 references, or if a graduate program says we want 4 references and we want at least 2 of them to be faculty members, the most important thing is follow the directions. So even if every other job is asking you for 4, if a certain job asks for 3, only give them 3.
Okay.
And did you have another question for me?
Yeah, how far in advance should I line up my references when applying for a job or for grad school?
You mean not just an hour before you send the application?
No, that's really enough time.
I think as soon as you know that you're going to start applying, so you've got your resume, you know you're going to be hoping to send out letters pretty soon, application letters pretty soon, then you want to start talking to folks and would you be willing to do that? Because what happens if you start asking people and they say, I don't know that I'm going to be the best resource. You don't want to then have to hold up your applications or not be able to apply for something because you're having to keep looking. So definitely start at least a few weeks before you're hoping to send out your first applications. I think it can make really good sense. If you know you're graduating in December, think about that even in September. you know, I'm going to be applying for jobs this semester. I'm just wondering if, you know, when the time comes, you would feel like you could. You may have to wait with some. Let's say you're doing an internship that final semester, and maybe you know what, I'm probably going to want this internship supervisor to be a reference, for example. You may need to wait until near the end of the semester to ask that person. But, you know, you can always ask someone else in advance, ask that internship supervisor later as well. And then you'd have some choices. Usually on the resume, we list a references available upon request. And
Okay.
so, we have a final tip, a very quick final tip for today. Do something over the break. Use your time productively and do something related to careers. If you need some ideas, then I would say visit the Career Services website. They've got some great information, things like Pro, where you could actually look for some jobs, which would be exciting, or post your resume. Why don't you actually create a draft of your resume? If you already have one, take it to Career Services. They'll be open over break. Revise your resume if you already have one. And spend some quality time doing an informational interview with someone in a career of interest to you as well. More information about all of those can be found on the Career Services website. We'll provide the link. Have a great day, and thanks so much, Kelly.
Thank you.